I just cut you guys out. I done hit the wrong button. I done the button hit the wrong way. Oh my goodness. See that one. Okay. Alright. Oh my goodness. Don't break. You know what I do with my earplugs today? Kumari, hello! Kumari! Oh, Kumari! Hello! Hagasadakon! Marie, today, Mom, hello! Darren, good to see you! Let's put some earplugs in. Get everything all set up. Ooh, yeah. Smooshing in. Got a little smooshing. We get a little smooshing there. I got a slow start today, left the house late, got down to the boat, started out, and that's when I realized I didn't have my phone. Before I was married, I would have just gone fishing, but now that I am married, I am no way, not today especially. I don't have a spare phone, I don't got nothing, so I had to go back home. It's like a 10-minute drive, maybe 7 minutes back to the house. Melee off the grid, hello. Mainly off the grid comes in here all the time. I think I've seen some content under mainly off the grid. Will be. I'm running late this morning. Man, this cut, you should have seen this joker when that stairs strip thing fell off of there. Ooh, not good. It had, not closed, you know, the cut, it's kind of like he stitched it, pulled it up tight, and the one side of the skin went under and the other one went over, and then it tried to heal up like that, and then it opened like that. I got a regular old Band-Aid on it right now. I should probably, you're welcome. I just decided to give everyone can have a wrench as long as they're not patrol. I'll show you. Oh my goodness. Look at that bad boy. Things could be better there. Things could be worse too. Probably trolling is not the best thing for it, but what are you gonna do? It's going to work. Grinder. I'm not putting glue on that one. That's a major gash, you know. It had 6 stitches. Doesn't hurt, that's good. It's not bleeding, that's good too. I ain't got no stitches on my cheek. I was trying to demo a metal railing with a grinder and a cutting wheel, and I was holding it real loose. Everything was going great. I was just kind of relaxing, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna cut this thing up. I already cut a bunch of tubes, no problem. And yeah, the thing, I had the cutting wheel pretty deep into the pipe, and it bound up, snapped the wheel off, jumped out of my hands, and it came back and hit me with the thing broken off like an axe. Real bad. Hit me hard. Not it was still on the tool, you know. The tool came back and whack. Bad deal. What's up, Arsenal Advisor? Yeah, you're right about that. I didn't think about that, John. That if it had somehow managed to get me in the neck, it probably would have killed me. I always knew that grinder was dangerous, and they've cut me before pretty bad, but never had to go to the hospital or almost lost my hand before, you know. Yeah, you can get a wrench if you come back here for like months. Figure out what you're all about, who you are, get you on there. I've got a troll problem. We got so many trolls around here. It's actually one like super troll and then a bunch of normal ones. But I don't just wrench people up. I've had serious problems in the past with moderators. What you call it? Rogue moderator. My second biggest live I ever had, I rogue moderator and shut it down. Started hiding everybody. I had one live bigger than that, but it just goes to show like you can't have everybody. Oh, Terry, man, the fishing report is epic right now. I hope it's not like one of those things where oh, you should have been here last week, right? But they say they haven't had wahoo fishing this good for years and years. Really good fishing. And it's 50 to 100 pound yellowfin. That is such a good grade of yellowfin. I hope they stay around. I've also heard some rumor of like a terrible shark attack with the brown sharks being real bad. So I hope we can get on that and don't get sharked out real bad. I got some heavy tackle though, so if you got 10 people hooked up and it's using, you know, 50-pound test or 30-pound test, and I got 80-pound test, I got a much better chance to get it away from the sharks. Patrick, I pop a head. What's up? I got to see the light. It's Patrick. Woo! You know what? I never did catch a marlin. I never caught a marlin. I caught sailfish. I've hooked a marlin before. Pulled the hook or spin it out or whatever. And I caught everything else except for a wahoo. So I'm hoping I get the wahoo on this trip. I've caught really big bluefin before, so it's not like, but I've never caught a yellowfin more than like 60 pounds. So if we got a yellowfin bigger than 60 pounds, that would be a new record. I'm not worried about it though. I just want to catch some fish, and I am worried about catching some fish. I do want to catch some fish. But they don't have to be real big. It's okay. As long as I get some meat to take home. I paid like $8,000 for the trip, so. Really, you might as well round it up to 10 grand because of all the expenses associated with it. Maybe even a little bit more. Marlin videos, yeah. Yeah! Put them in! Take a cab to Squid Cove? Yeah, I need a, I realized after the fact, you know, I ordered all my weights on eBay, and I don't think they ever came. I think that they just, maybe they got loose in shipping or whatever, but I kind of forgot about it. I ordered like $100 worth of lead, and it never showed up. So I need to repurchase lead weights. I need some jig heads for my 7 and 9 inch fluke lures. And I need some pliers. Kind of, what's that? That's those daggone mallards. I think that's a big pile of sea otters. Look at these sea otters right here. I cleaned my windows yesterday. Can you believe it? I put soap on them. My buddy told me if I put soap on the windows, then the rain wouldn't stick to it. I think those are otters. Are they otters or ducks? Let me show those are sea otters right there. It's what we call a raft of otters. Look at them all. They're in there eating crabs and clams as fast as they can. I would love to blast them with my shotgun, but that's not legal. Only native Alaskans can shoot them. They're way overpopulated. They're extremely overpopulated. Look at this. Those are sea otters. Ever heard of them? I hate them so much. They need to be shot. All they do is eat crab and clam all day long. Otters. A sea otter. Yeah, they're about like 50 pounds, 60 pounds, some of them. He said it was mayhem! Mayhem what? Okay, Terry. Let's give it a little more gas here. Yeah, I got something cute for him, alright. Looks like a felony or something if I shoot one. I prefer to stay no felonies. Let the sea otters. Let the sea otters stay over there. Steve Kerr, hello. Yeah, they're really big. Yeah, I've seen them dead before, a big one. They're like the size of a small deer or something. They're bigger even than they look. They're bigger than they look on camera. 15 what at once? Yellowfin? I looked online on Google and checked the longrange.net or whatever reports and read through them. It looked like they didn't do good while that storm was happening, but then after the storm it went wide open. For the wahoo, it was like the best wahoo fishing people have seen in years. I saw some reports of bad sharks and yellowtail being caught and wahoo. Yellowfin, yellowtail, wahoo. I didn't see any like wide open, you know, where they get the bluefin and they got the whole deck is covered with blood and there's bluefin everywhere. I just saw pictures of real quality fish, one at a time it looks like. Yeah, I got Starlink. Yeah, I hope another storm doesn't roll in. We'll be going out next weekend, so we're like T-minus, what? How's it gonna go? I leave tomorrow, Seattle overnight, Wednesday. I guess we leave on Thursday. So Thursday, Friday. So we should be fishing by Friday night or Saturday morning. So how many days is that? 5 days or something like that? Vessel tractor. I'm having second thoughts about bringing the Starlink. I don't really feel like hauling it around. And I definitely don't want to haul it down there and then have them tell me I can't use it. Biggest what? Seen a really big tiger shark once. Yeah, I do have the Starlink Mini. But I'm traveling with a bunch of stuff. I have to have like 14 days worth of clothes. I'm thinking about taking a rod tube and then, you know, so I have a duffel bag. To find my backpack. I haven't seen my backpack in a long time. Jody, what's up? The mini Starlink roam for my boat is $165 a month. Yep, that's right. But good thing for me, my YouTube, what's the word for it? Patrons on YouTube have taken care of the Starlink fee every month. I'm still behind on like the Starlink equipment, and if I count the microphones I bought and the Starlink dish, last time I checked I was in the red, but not by much. Yeah, bye, John. Like I said, part of it's just pure laziness. I don't want to carry the thing around. I don't know if the airplane will like the battery pack either. It's got a big, giant battery that goes with it. That was expensive. That was like, at least if they won't let me on in Yakutat, I know the TSA guy and he could like take the Starlink battery back for me. But yeah, I don't think they like those batteries. Maybe. It might not be a lithium battery, but it's like a heck of a battery. It's the size of half the size of a loaf of bread, or like a real small loaf of bread. You'll probably be looking at that with a lot of suspicion for the airplane, The only time you ever hear about planes like catching on fire and falling out of the sky, it's always with a battery. I don't really know if they let me take that battery with me. Yeah, it's bigger than that actually. That's kind of justified, like if they don't let you take the batteries, you don't want to endanger the airplane. I think it's just lithium batteries they got a problem with though. I don't think this is a lithium battery. It might be. Honestly, I haven't even taken it out of the box yet. I have a couple of GoPros. So they have Wi-Fi on the boat, but nobody ever streams. You're probably not allowed to stream because they suck up all the bandwidth. If I had my own Starlink, though, that would be different. But again, it's like, can I get the battery down there? There's got to be a reason everybody doesn't do it. I know there's that one guy, the Waterman guy. I watch his shows sometimes. Not very often, but I know he streams on the party boats. Yeah, I don't have that much memory cards or nothing. I do have a little bit of experience like filming the fishing kind of action, so I could probably get a decent video with the memory cards I have and my cell phone, just based on like, because I have a little bit of experience, I know like what to film and what not to film, The GoPro eats up the memory chip. I mean, I guess you get 4 hours of memory on it, something like that. I haven't, ever since I started streaming, I just put that stuff away. I haven't used my GoPros at all. Way better for my channel to stream it. I mean, I'm sure people would love to stream. I just think it's kind of risky for the boat to some extent. It's like you got good and bad that both come out of it. It's like putting your brand out there with the representative, you might not approve of what they're saying. And then people's privacy, paying all this money to go out there. These days, especially in California, you would expect people to be more used to it. But they're certainly used to it enough that, like, no one's going to tell you you can't run a camera on the boat. Like live streaming camera, everybody live, I don't know. Yeah. That's a good idea, Gary. I had a guy the other day tell me if I put him on the YouTube, he would sue me and take everything I have. I didn't even argue with him, you know. Not even gonna argue with the guy. He's like, okay, Dean. People just don't know. Americans think they got so many rights that you can't videotape them. I don't know where that comes from. It's not true. See, Gary's thinking the same thing as me. That's right, John. You hit the nail right on the head. Proud to be an American. God bless America. All that. Vote Republican! Probably some Democrats signing off right now. I don't hate you. Yeah. Probably make enough of a fuss on the boat, praying and reading the Bible, and California people probably set their hair on fire or something. Only a Gandhi, Mohammed, or whatever. What are you talking about, John? What's that? Trolls. You know that guy, I don't know, he has a couple different channels, but his name's Tim. He's got this channel, Ultra MAGA Patriot, and he's got another one, something for truth or whatever. It's Tim, both of them. And he'll put a title that says like Trump was right or whatever, and then have a live stream, and the trolls just come in all day long. There's like 10 regular people that watch it, and then the trolls just rotate through all day long. It's straight, never stops. What do they call it? TDS. Where's my deer? I heard there was some bucks. There's been some bucks sighted. Yeah, that's fine with me. The X-Men! There's my deer. Yeah, this guy, my neighbor, he told me he's seen a buck. He told me where it was. I'm not telling you guys though. I saw Cade's moose. Cade shot this gigantic moose. It's got 7 points on the brow tine on one side. It's like there's points everywhere. You know the trophy moose area was most annoying, like biggest trophy requirement is 4 brow tines. That's ridiculous. Cade's moose has 7 brow tines on one side. Hello. The last buck? Nah, there's a couple of them around here. They hide out. You don't see them at all until this time of year. They're like jungle ninja deer. They're so thick, you never see them. So, I am driving my boat to the fishing grounds right now. Looking for deer. It's not open yet, but it's going to be open when I get home. Look, we're just about broke by the time I get home. I need so much stuff. Oh yeah, yeah. I got a moose, John. I'm already set. You know. I ground up a lot of it. I had half a moose, so I made some roasts with the back leg, and I cut the back strap some. We ate the tenderloin right away, and the rest of it's ground. Very good. I know, Rock. It's terrible, isn't it? But that's just what it is. Turn down your volume. Hello, Susie! I shot her with my 300 Win Mag, and what's cool is I got to reload. I started reloading like last spring, and I reloaded some bullets from the 300 Win Mag. I loaded some bonded bullets, and I loaded some 168 ballistic tips, and I just decided that I was going to shoot the moose behind the shoulder with the ballistic tip, and that was going to be great. And then, of course, the moose came in. It was like quartering towards me, and it was acting all squirrely like it was going to run. So I shot it in the front leg, through the bone, and it blew up. The bullet blew up like a grenade on the bone. It killed the moose really well, but it also bloodshot the whole leg. Not the best. I just saw a video this morning on Winchester XP whitetails ammunition, and there was this guy complaining about the bullet, and he had his wife had shot a cow elk. Man, that thing's got a huge hollow point on it. It's got like this giant ballistic plastic polymer tip, and it's the biggest hollow pointed bullet. Anyways, she shot this cow elk with a 308 at like 75 yards, and he wasn't happy with it. It had like it went through the hide and opened up. There was a hole like this big, and it did bloodshot the hole. There was like a big area of bloodshot like this big around the entrance hole, and it went all the way through the elk. It had a nice fat mushroom on the other side on the hide, and he wasn't happy. Well, she gut shot it, she gut shot it, and it's probably good they had that bullet, or it might have run off. But anyway, he was saying he'd rather have a bonded bullet that wouldn't blow it up so bad. People want to talk about the 308's not enough, and man, it did a number on that cow elk, I know that. Yeah, no, it's just, if you get it in behind the shoulder and it goes in the lungs and stuff, it does an excellent job. But if you hit what you don't want to hit, like in his case, they hit the guts, so it, hydrostatic gut juice all up into the meat, all over the place. And in my case, it hit the front shoulder, so it hydrostatic shocked the blood all into the meat, all over the place. I mean, it had layers of blood stuck up in the meat, like, it was really bad. It almost threw in the whole shoulder. The bullet center punched the bone, Also, it hit the heart, and part of it exited out of the high lung area on the other side. Yeah, the guy with the gut shot elk. What are you gonna do? Part of it is these people get trained, that don't have a lot of experience. They get trained on like a broadside picture of an animal, like they shoot that 3D target, and they hit behind the shoulder. There's a big bullseye behind the shoulder, and they're all practice. And then when the animal's there, and it's like the moment happens, it's like bam, right behind the shoulder. Doesn't matter which way it's turned, they just end up shooting it in the guts. I got a 308. Cade shot that moose with a 308, but he had Royal with him, and Royal was taking turns. They were shooting it with a 308 and a 338. They shot it 5 times. Big, giant moose. That moose is huge. They got it. Well, yeah, like the moose I shot, it was kind of in a patchy brush situation, and if it took one long step, it was going to get in the bushes, so I just shot it. My neighbor shot his with a 30-06. It was dead on facing him. It was also a big moose, really big moose. He shot it right here, and it went in and got it in the heart. He only shot it one time. He said it walked like 50 yards and fell over. I was gonna try deer hunting. I got a 6.5 Creedmoor, and I got those copper hammer bullets. I was gonna try hunting with that. I got a hot load for it. It has like pressure signs and stuff. I don't have a chronograph, but I know I'm seeing pressure signs, so it must be flying. I'm gonna hunt with that. I've done quite a few moose. I've been involved with like 25, 30 moose now, so once you know how to do it, it's not that big a deal. It helps if you have equipment, and we do. They let us drive a four-wheeler up to them out here. You get a four-wheeler and a couple guys, no problem. Sawzall is a good tool for it. Sawzall with a demo blade, or an axe or a hatchet. See, is Bob in here? What's up, anything is a possible? Anyfin is the sunfish slayer. We caught more sunfish than I'm gonna catch shakers today. Yeah, I traded a week's work for a four-wheeler this spring, but it hasn't showed up yet. I think the guy probably sent the boat the other direction, so he couldn't bring it in for me. That's all right. He's good for it, and I don't need it right now. I wanted the four-wheeler for the moose. Yeah, moose is a big deer. Really, really big. The one I got wasn't all that big. It was like, I don't know, probably 700-800 pounds. Might have been bigger, I don't know. It didn't look that big. Probably a 3-year-old moose, the one I shot this year. They get a lot bigger. You can shoot like a 2-year-old and it has these little tiny antlers like this. And then at 3-year-old, they're like this big. That's what I got. And then at 4-year-old, they're almost 50 inches wide. They'd be like 45 inches. And then at 5, they're monstrous. They're like 60 inches at 5, 55, 60 inches. I think it's 5 years old. Maybe it's 4-year-old if they get that size. Forgot to look. Ever since I painted my sideboard, it's kind of stuck. I don't even know why I bothered to look. The spot right here is going to be, I always see a skiff that drives back and forth right here, looking for the deer to come out. They still have 303 British ammo at the grocery store here. You can get it here. Yeah, I'm going to trap a little bit this year. I've trapped before. Not very good at it. I had decent success with river otters. I was going to trap river otters this year. For a little bit, I figure there's a whole lot around where I deer hunt, so I was going to set some. I got myself some conibears, big ones, and a few dozen snares. I'm going to set heavy in there long. Probably deer hunt early in the morning, and then put a couple traps out and deer hunt in the evening. Do the same thing while I'm deer hunting. Try and get all my traps out. I'm not gonna spend too much time at it. And then after deer season, I'll pull my traps off the island and probably set a few traps out at the river. Maybe do a little steelhead fishing too. I could run the live stream for that. I could take the Starlink Mini out and do that this winter. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're only allowed one deer here. If you travel, like, I really like to deer hunt. My whole life growing up, deer hunting was like the thing I did. Once I found saltwater fishing, that was it for me. I barely freshwater fished anymore. That is deer hunt and drive to the beach. I could deer hunt after work. Like, my work would be early in the morning, like 6 a.m. until 3:30 p.m. was my work hours. And then I had places to bow hunt, like right next to my job in the suburbs. So I'd go sit in the tree stands. And then I got a family farm in Central Virginia, like an estate, a tree farm. And my whole life I deer hunted. And then coming to Alaska, it's not the same. Like, we go moose hunting, but it's kind of like, go. 1 week moose hunt, you either get the moose or you don't, then it's over. I'm used to deer hunting from October until January, like 5 days a week. So I really miss that. And here in Yakutat, I can deer hunt, but it's much more of a mission. I gotta like put my skiff down, anchor the boat, paddle the skiff in. It rains every day. It's not as much fun, and there's very, very few deer. However, if you go like down further southeast, or even if you go west to like Prince William Sound, there's many more deer. But it's not easy when you don't live there. It costs money. I got a friend on Kodiak Island that said I could come up there. He said I could stay in his guest bedroom and take his four-wheeler out and back and go deer hunting. That's a good deal. He's not texting me back though. He's got depressed after this trolling season. That's the guy on the Nova. Let me go drop my poles in. My poles aren't down. Pretty much the story of my trolling season so far, this daggone Everything's tangled up. No fish. King Salmon! Getting a haircut on Tuesday too. This is not like normal for me. I normally have a let it get about this long and then cut it. We don't have a barber shop. I'd probably get my hair cut all the time if I could just walk down to the cut. A little knot. Bob was watching. Come on, I run you out of here already, Bob. Yeah, John Brown, King Salmon. We're in the actually, that's secret location. Only you know, John, that this is Yakutat. When the fishing gets good, I got all these. My competition watches the channel sometimes and then come up, attack my fish. I think the town's gonna get mad at me because all these trollers came here this summer and fall, and they caught all the fish. They literally ruined the fishing for like the majority of people that live in this town. They didn't catch any fish in the river. The trollers got them all. All those freezer boats actually caught all the fish from this town. They took all the fish, they packed them off to Sitka. I mean, it's a real thing. It's like one of the slowest seasons ever in the river. Hello, John Joe! Haven't seen none yet, Skeeter. There was other factors. I just think that like people seeing my fishing report wasn't helping to keep them away. But man, it was perfect weather. It was like dead flat calm, and the fishing was terrible down south, so they all came up here. It said 20 knot winds on the weather report, but it's not windy right here. We're getting out there. Man, I got this a little bit of paint on my sliding door. It's like when a window and you get the paint in there. It's a big problem. Slide my door now. Stealth camping with a skeeter. Skeeter. That's good, Skeeter. I hope you get something big. You get a flathead or something. Catch the head with the flat, the head that's flat. I get that catcher battery. It's kind of unsightly, isn't it? That doesn't look good anymore. It's going out of way. I got a darn trash bag on once. I took trash out last time I was out here. Oh boy. Yeah, well the door was too loose. Now it's too tight. My advisor said I should just get rid of it altogether. Holly was showing me some pictures of this time last year when she came to visit me. I had like literally wheelbarrow loads of king salmon. This year it's like nothing. Nobody's even fishing. I bet they're around and they just haven't come in yet. I don't know what they're doing in Sitka. I know at least the price is still good. Hot dog, man. I've been looking out for the skunk man over here. They almost got skunked last time I went fishing. That would have been devastating. Yeah, I got this thing here. This Bruno. Got the sounder and the chart. It's got a bathymetric recording there. We'll probably go fishing here today. Try that area. Now I gotta delete my live afterwards. That's no fishing. It's right on problem. Oh, 8,000 pounds of, yeah, I saw something about that. That guy was a gill netter down there in Ketchikan. Dummy, he should have not said anything. It's many 8,000-pound loads of fish coming in and out. Honestly, it doesn't make any difference. That kind of fish is plenty of them. But if you turn yourself in, there's rules, the law says such and such and whatnot. I'm sure the judge would just give them the absolute least possible. You know, something's going on with that. He didn't have any ice. He should never have kept him on the boat if he didn't have any ice. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know the details, but that's the gist of it. And then he turned himself in like a moron. What an idiot. I bet he just didn't like his job. Maybe he was working for somebody else, you know, and they're like, you run this boat and you'll make money. And then he wasn't making money, and he was just doing what he was told, and then when it didn't work out, he was like, yes, I'm a criminal now, I'm telling the cops. Maybe they'll let me, who knows what was going through his mind. Probably part of it was his crew. You know, you can't just shovel fish over the side of the boat. If you got some tree hugger, you know, college intern on the boat, they're not gonna let that slide. So he felt like he had himself in. There's a lot of coho salmon. Most of them are hatchery fish down there anyway. There's a lot of fish production in Alaska. 8,000 pounds of fish in an extenuating circumstance like that. It's not like because he threw the fish away that the runs of salmon are going to stop. It's really not that big a deal. I mean, it's a lot of waste. It is. It's a lot, but it's not. I don't know. You know what? Since he turned himself in, he deserved to get he deserved what he got. I've turned myself in before. One time I ripped my deer tag, and then I was reading the license, and it was like, these tags must be ripped in order. And I was like, oh no. I ripped the wrong one. And my dumbass, I turned myself in for ripping the wrong deer tags. And I ended up in this big conversation with the state Fish and Game. Was like, and then I talked to someone at the Fish and Game. They're like, this is an enforcement issue. We got to turn you over to the troopers. And then I talked to the troopers. They're like, oh, this is self-reporting a violation. I'm like, oh my goodness. I was so exasperated. All I did was punch the wrong tag. I shouldn't have said anything. The cops were like, we'll put it down as self-reporting a violation. There'll be no consequences because nothing. Well, 8,000 pounds of fish didn't get thrown over the boat for one. But yeah, I don't know why I said anything. Part of it is I didn't understand the deal. I didn't understand that if I killed a deer, it's complicated. If I killed a deer down in I killed a deer in Southeast in another area, like hundreds of miles away. And I notched tag number 2 instead of tag number 1. In Virginia, it wouldn't have made any difference. You could notch whichever tag you want. But up here, as it turns out, since there's only one deer limit in Yakutat, and you shoot your one deer, you notch the number 1 deer tag, you're done. There's no more deer hunting. I don't know. I was so mad at that whole thing. It was just like, just tell me, what am I supposed to do? And they're like, oh, well, you made that's illegal. You can't do that. I'm like, that is so stupid. Why would you even have a rule like that? Who came up with this? And then I'm telling that to the Fish and Game person. They're like, you're going to have to talk to the state troopers. It's like, then I found out that if I kill a deer down there, it counts against my license up here. So I tagged out. Thus, 1, 2, 3, you know. Like, number 1's done. No more hunting in an area with a 1 deer limit. So you see as multi-layered regulations is really complicated. Having hunted in another state, if you ever come to Alaska, you better do your research. Even living here for years and knowing the fact that the laws are complicated, I still fell into the mistake of thinking that I could shoot a deer down there and then come up here and shoot a deer up here. Oh no, if I shoot a deer down there, that counts against my deer license up here. So, what are you talking about? That's crazy. And in a sense, it makes sense so that people don't, you know, if you got a deer down there, then you don't need to kill one of our deer up here. It's a one deer zone, and there's very few deer, so it keeps them protected, you know. But it was very, I was so exasperated when I went to, because I just went to fish a game, and I'm like, hey, look, I notched the wrong tag. What am I supposed to do? And they're like, oh, you can't do that. I'm like, what? I just shot a deer. I was so excited. I was like, oh, and I cut the wrong tag. I'm like, I got 6 tags or whatever, you know. Oh no, you can't do that. Hello, Sandy. Anyway, in the end, it worked out fine. But I had to talk to like multiple different government agencies, and then after it was all said and done, the realization came up. I could have just said nothing, and nothing would have been totally fine. But the problem is, like, I could have got in trouble. I guess it was good, because I did not understand that deer I shot down there counted against the deer I shot up here. So if I had shot another deer here and then tagged it, it would have been really bad. I would have got a criminal charge. If I would have come and confiscated the deer meat out of my freezer, who knows? No, they didn't. And to their credit, like, I do credit the state troopers for that. It's like, I talked to a number of people. They're like, and I was kind of mad. I was not being super pleasant to the deer people at the fishing games. They're like, this is stupid. Why would you do it like that? They're like, well, you better talk to the state troopers because they're the enforcement, and this is an enforcement issue. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And by that time, the ball's rolling. So I talked to the troopers, and like I said, they were totally reasonable about it. They go, all right, well, you're self-reporting a violation. There's going to be no consequences, so get out of here. Don't shoot another deer in the habitat. Okay. A state deal. And it's a really big deal, the moose hunt. So when we have our moose hunt here, it all happens pretty quick. There's normally not a state trooper in Yakutat because we're a remote village. They come for the moose hunt, and then they just like drive back and forth and circle the area and wait for somebody to make a mistake, and then they leave again. Man, it's kind of choppy. It's kind of like these stupid little waves. That's what I'm gonna call them. They're really stupid today. It's just this one area. I'm headed out through this little notch in the reef, basically, and the waves will stack up in this notch. Hopefully there's no waves where I'm headed. Well, the wind's supposed to be blowing from the east, which is not that direction. But it's pretty normal. Under these conditions, I do better in the spot. Remember last time we went out and I was like, uh-oh, northwest wind, not good. Well, this is more like it, you know. Maybe we'll catch something today. This is a normal. The tide's going out and then there's a swell coming out of the fjord, and so you get these little waves. Hold on. But I don't expect them to be prevalent. It's just this one stretch with tidal wave. How do you like that dashboard? What do we got? Yeah, well, I've done business with the buyer that he was selling to. I sell to him when I'm down there. Yeah, and I have had problems in the past with one of the plants in, it's like a remote plant. And You know what? I used to smoke weed, and I was really high all the time, and I think the guy might have been taking advantage of me. He was like, yeah, we weighed the fish the wrong way. They did it twice to me. The same manager did it twice. He's like, you actually owe us money now because we weighed your coho salmon as king salmon, so you owe us $150. They did it twice. And I just let them take the money out of my next check or whatever. These days, I think I'd tell them to go jump off a bridge, you know? They're like, it's your problem. You bought the fish. We have a contract, you know. Here's the scale ticket. No way, man. No. But there's a two-way street. At the same time, you could say, all right, well, get off my dock because I park at their dock there in Craig. And that saves me money from mortgage in the city, which is quite expensive. I don't know. I just went with it. The guy didn't stay there, but that's the company that this dude was dealing with that had a problem. So the question is that a representation of that manager, or is that the policy of the company? I get the feeling that that's just that manager that caused that to happen. But I could easily see, you know, there could be some interpersonal relationship between that fish catcher and the buyer, like the particular individual that was buying fish from him. They might have bad blood or something. But yeah, if you don't have good fish, if they see your fish are bad, you know, they have like a thermometer they'll put in the fish, they're not gonna buy them. know? And then that's your problem. So if they don't buy fish from me here, I don't self-report and like call the troopers and go, oh my goodness, I got a king salmon that I can't sell. I mean, I guess if you did that before you shoveled them over the side of the boat, the troopers would probably come up with a better answer than taking you to court. But I think that you would still get wanton waste. I mean, it's like if you didn't take care of your fish, and you got 8,000 pounds of fish to go overboard, here's what the troopers would say. They would say, someone has to be responsible for that. You know, there's a statute or whatever that says you can't throw them overboard. They just enforce the law, and they're very vigorous about enforcing the law. They're not cutting you any breaks when they got a clear violation. If it's something like that, I think there's some discretion there, but you got 8,000 pounds of fish that went overboard. That's why it made the news, you know. I don't know. I'm sure they're not gonna give him a big fine or sentence. He just turned himself in. You know, what else do you want him to do? Have enough ice, probably. The water temperature? Yeah, they blame everything on climate change. That's probably his defense attorney's idea. Climate change caused it to be not his fault. Yeah, they're gonna go for that. Weights in the fish. Yeah, the waves settled down now. Going back through your comments there. Yeah, I don't know the guy. Those gill netters do pretty well. We had a pretty good price this year. I mean, I just can't imagine. I'm reaching deep down and trying to think about how I can only say good things about all people. So, you know, stuff happens. Fish were bad. The guy did the best he could. Didn't work out. The news always blows things out of proportion. I've been in the news before too, and they'll make it sound like, you know, the worst. It's inflated as tight as they can get that balloon to blow up, so that they sell newspaper articles. They don't have newspaper anymore, but you know what I mean. Sell ad space. I don't know how many pounds of fish they catch down there in that spot, Tree Point, where he's at, but it's a lot. I couldn't put a number on it. Hundreds of thousands of tons, something like that. So 8,000 pounds is like a small portion of it. They're really strict on wasting animals in Alaska. I see a lot of stuff on hunting shows from like, and fishing too, from down in the lower 48. I'm like, oh, you wouldn't be able to do that in Alaska, no way. Certain fish they don't care about that much. Pink salmon and chum salmon, they got kind of a looser rules on. Yeah. Yeah, I don't watch those things. I don't want to encourage that mentality on the media. It's like the game warden cop show. I've seen a few of them though. The ones in California are the worst. They're like, they'll cut your throat for an abalone. Cops will. Capital punishment. Give him the electric chair. He got the clam. You know, that's the wrong clam. Get him. Oh my goodness. Ah, the sun's out. Yeah, we got a lot of freedom in Yakutat. It kind of goes both ways, though. You know, you like not having the cops breathing down your neck. At the same time, there's without any cops around, people start to get a little loose with the rules. And then, you know, the rules are there to protect the fish and game so that people who follow the rules can all get a fair shake at it. You know, you don't necessarily get them, but at least you get a shot at it. If you've got someone that doesn't follow the rules, they're basically stealing the fish and game out from under you. Or damaging the resource. I'm just saying that, like, in the drift gillnet fishery, 8,000 pounds of salmon is not like, it's just like an average day, you know, for those guys. Maybe a good day, but there's a bunch of boats that go down there and do it every day, so it's just, yeah, you don't want that happening every day, though. What was the big one? The big one I heard about this year was the guy that caught the crabs. He took crabs from Alaska to Washington and they really nailed that guy. That wasn't a mistake, you know, that was like conspiracy to make money on the crabs, you know. Yeah, if they keep it up, you know, like the trawlers, we have a boundary here for the ocean, and the trawlers like to go over the boundary, and once they get into a habit of like, they go out there and they make a bunch of money, they start to get into a mentality, well, it's like, well, give me a $5,000 ticket, you know, I made $5,000 last week, so who cares? But eventually, you know, if guys are staying up, they get into a habit where it's like addictive, they gotta go out there to get the fish, and eventually the cops fly by and catch them. They come like once in a blue moon. It's like every generation they come to Yakutat and bust the trawlers. I just stay in the bounds, you know. We're definitely on the boat here. Yeah, guys just don't care. Some guys just don't care. There's one guy here who's so old he doesn't care. He's like 80 years old. He's got survived cancer. It's not going to be fishing for very much longer. He doesn't care about the boundary at all. He fishes in the bounds because that's like You know, that's the fishing area, but like, there's one particular boundary he doesn't pay attention to for sure. The winter king line, he doesn't fish outside the line most of the time. I never actually could say I've ever seen him outside the line, I don't remember. But there's another boundary, the coho boundary, where we're not supposed to go in front of the river. He just completely ignores that. There's been a bunch of years where all the out-of-town boats were crossing over the river boundary line. But that's part of the reason I think I know they were watching my live stream, because I'm steaming mad about boats going over that line, and they weren't crossing it at all this year, because I think they know there's a king watching it. Yeah, it's a little boat. It's just a little 30-foot fiberglass stroller. This boat just cost 30 grand. I put a lot of money into it. Always put money in it. It's probably worth a little bit more now. I don't know. Probably not. King crab, they don't have them right here. They got them further southeast, further northwest. There's no Chinese boats in here. I fished inshore. The big boats, they brush up against the EEZ. It's 250 miles out. I'm in a little inshore boat, you know. We're getting close now. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Tap the screen. Remember to like and subscribe with the bell notification. Yeah, we get up here a little further. I'm going to stop and throw my stabilizers in. Weather seems nice. That's good. Stupid Noah. I don't even know why I look. Noah's pretty good at the swell height, so I checked for the swell. They said 9-10 foot out in the middle of the bay. I'm just going to go ahead and pass on that. We'll pass today. I mean, if fishing was really good, I'd go out there. But they also said 20 knot winds, so I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna do that either. We can fish 20 knot winds right here. It's just a pain in the butt. The spot where we found the fish, the other time we came out, is totally protected. We can fish there at a gale. It's supposed to be a gale later today, as a matter of fact. That's what Noah said. But when I looked at the predict wind, which is what I've been going by for the wind, the predict wind showed it to be, last time I checked, 10 knots or something. Joshua, hello! Joshua! Let's check the Bible real quick before we get started. That'd be nice. Goodness. Here we are in Malachi again, the end of the Old Testament. Malachi 3:8. The title is Do Not Rob God. Will a man rob God? Yet you have robbed me, but you say, in what way have we robbed you? In tithes and offerings. You are cursed with a curse, for you have robbed me, even this whole nation. Bring all the tithes in this storehouse, that there may be food in my house, and try me now in this, says the Lord of hosts. If I will not open for you the windows of heaven and pour out for you such a blessing that there will not be room enough to receive it. And I will rebuke the devourer for your sakes, so that he will not destroy the fruit of your ground. Nor shall the vine fail to bear fruit for you in the field, says the Lord of hosts. And all the nations will call you blessed, for you will be a delightful land, says the Lord of hosts. Amen to that. It's good stuff right there. I really like the end of the Old Testament. I mean, you gotta love it all, but that last part of the Old Testament is really powerful. Helpful on an everyday basis. What's up? Tom Garner. Here we go. My tithes and offerings are nothing right now because I don't have no income for me yet this season. But I can be patient and wait. It'll come. NB, known more for the striped bass. New Brunswick is? New Brunswick is. Is that where you are, Chancho? They got big deer there, but not very many, huh? In New Brunswick. Pretty soon you're gonna have to use a musket in Canada. There you go. Let's take her out of gear and throw the stages out. You're gonna have to use a musket, and then they're not even gonna let you use Pyrodex. You'll have to use musket with black powder. And flintlock only. Then you have to register your black powder too. And it's gonna be taxed. Get out of the boat. Stabilizer fin. Yeah, good, that went well. About as well as can be expected. Yeah, it's no wonder the doctor put the put that, what they call it, steri strips on there, because man, as soon as I got a look underneath there, I was like, whoa, this thing's wide open. That didn't heal at all. It's like terrible. Oh man, I'm gonna have a serious scar from that. It's like a double layer, double level thing going on. Here, hold on. Was it? Have you guys seen the white gorilla around? He was bugging me to put a plug out. I put that one out. Sometimes I get a fish on that in the fall time. In this spot. Wilson's coming out to join us. Good. You see Wilson? Have you guys met Wilson yet? Wilson! You've been a good doggy! Wilson! Say hello! Say hello! Hello! That's good dog. Oh, that's my good doggy. They're very good, Wilson. Yes, very good. Oh my gracious. Go lay down. Go on, get inside. Get back in there. My goodness. I don't see any kelp. Not yet. We were plagued with kelp and high winds last time we were out here. What a nightmare. It was. Something like a nightmare. It's irritated to the max last time. Feel better this morning. I don't know why. Little fish tangling everything up. I don't have any bait today. Let me go get some more lures out of the front here. This one has been very, very popular. This one. Don't have no baits to put on this. I'll get bait, but I'm not gonna buy bait until we got some fish to catch. Wasting my money on it. No, you get big fish around, you can make some big money on the bait. It's good. But you're just throwing away $10 of bait on top of $40 in fuel or whatever it is. Don't add up well. By now that kelp should have worked its way through the system. One snap laying around here that I can use. Yeah, Wilson's getting real old. I'll tell you what. Gold 5-incher. My favorite plug, really. The golden bullet. Dang it, got it. Oh well. Put it on about a 6 fathom leader today. 6 fathom leader, 100-pound test. White gorilla would love it. White gorilla, where are you? Everybody says they don't catch fish on plugs. Well, they don't have the 5-inch gold mylar insert atomic plug. That's why. The silver one works good too. Feels like I got something that might have jumped up and grabbed this already. Get the first shaker already. Feels funny. Let's check it out. to work on my lines. Oh no, there's the kelp. But there's not as much as there was the other day. Same area it was. But I missed it. Last time I hit it like a T-bone, that big kelp patch. Got my favorite lure out. Already got a donut there. We got out there, plug. Water looks nice, pretty clear. I don't know if that's good or bad, to tell you the truth. Usually it's good. Start with 20. Getting off to a much better start than the last time, I'll tell you that. I was frustrated last time we fished out here. Everything tangled up on me and all the rest. But, oh my goodness. This is fucking solid. Why I had such a curse with tangled snaps this year. Kinda think it's because my cannonballs are budget equipment. Not actually helping. Trying to spend $300 on lead and not having to split it out on my line. Lightning on actual line. That's why I can't wear a ring on this job. Look, the ring just comes off my finger. Down you go. one needs a new piece of wire on it. So does the other one. Been trying to wait kind of long as I could get away without changing my wire, the better. It's so expensive. A roll of line for me costs $280, 900 feet. That's enough to fill 2 of these spools. I got 4 spools. So it costs what? $560 to put new line on. Drop the cannonball right into a big ball of kelp and grass. Right off the bat. There's a bunch of kelp going on. Try an experiment. They weren't hitting this thing on the float. Let's try it on the head here. Put it right in the money spot. Have been deployed the lines. Okay, got this. Good. Thanks for hanging out. 26 awesome people. Tap the screen. Like and subscribe. Hit the bell notification. Yay! Alright, we're on the drag now. We haven't run into islands of kelp yet. That's good. Makes me happy. Another thing that should make me happy is I have extra coffee today. Stolen from my wife. How does it work? I know one day I had to be the top, it would pour out like that, man. Give me that coffee. Ooh, man, fresh coffee, we're really stepping up now. Nathan! You're back! Wow, I got Nathan back. fuel. I haven't checked my fuel in a long time. Let's stick the stick into the fuel tank and see. Definitely some fuel in there. It's kind of depressing how much I put 40 gallons in. I'm barely making anything doing this right now. Well, you can't make the report unless you're out here. Let's see if we can get one. Last time we went further inshore, this time we'll go further outshore and see if they're out there a little bit. We can go to the outside of the 6 can, see what's out there. We probably got 50 gallons or something in that tank, I'm not sure. Quarter tank. Monstrous fuel tank. And I have another tank over here. I like to keep it full. Hello, fish. Take it off of here. Yeah, we'll try fishing deep today too. We didn't try the deep. There was a bunch of herring down deep. Normally here, 20, 25 fathoms deep enough. We haven't even tried 25 fathoms yet though. 80 horsepower! It's a Perkins, 4236, Perkins. There's been a bunch of little tiny fish in here. That's irritating too. Let's get what the, if I'm not at least getting some keepers. I hate just catching these 12-inch long king salmon. That's not the best. Diesel fuel. I went to reload ammo, Arsenal Advisor, yesterday in the evening. I've been getting my stuff together. I sold my lazy boy chair, so I had enough room in my cabin to set the bench up again. And I got all the bullets out, the powder out, and then I need my priming tool. And I was like, oh, it was missing part. But I found the little part. And then I'm like, yes, I got to put it back together. I'm like, all right, now. The tray is gone. The cap tray is gone. I had to order another capping tray. It cost me $18 on eBay. No reloading. Because I didn't believe it. They're like, don't touch the primers. And then when I first started reloading, I like pick some primers up and put them in the tray, and the bullets don't go off. They're not kidding. You can't touch them, or they won't work. Chaos Goat, what's up? We're trying to catch a fish. It's been almost slow start around here. I'm just gonna say it. Worst fishing ever! Sometimes every time I remember to say that in a season, by the end of the season, it's not the worst ever. There's some signs of life on the bottom there. Well, for whatever reason, mine aren't going off when I touched them. I had another thing about that I did that was a mistake was I had a little, I would basically not follow the instructions in the book, but if you put your caps, if you put the primers in first and then you run the cleaning brush through the neck, Nah, the little tiny bit of oil on the cleaning brush goes down in the primer and kills it. That don't work either. Any oil in the case at all kills the primer. $5.95. Diesel is about $5.50 here. That's why none of the big boats are out yet. Nobody's checked the border, the boundary. The ocean boundary has not been checked yet, but normally it's not good until November. I will be trailing lines until I see a bite or until I get ready to move. I got a bite right now though. There's a bite. See that one with the bell on it? That's my main catcher right there. It's got a good fish on it. The bell's ringing a little bit. Gas is $6.60 here too. Yeah, that's my gas price. That looks like a decent fish. Let's go. That could be a keeper. That one's got potential, guys. Dry. What the heck is the dry case lube? Is that like powdered graphite or something? I'm not gonna get the fish box. Last time I positioned the box like I was gonna catch something, it wasn't big enough. We'll just deal with it. Keep my cut dry. This fish has got real potential. It might just be like a short sized fish, but up high on the line, they pull harder that way. A lot of movement on my wire already to make you think it's something high. Top hook. Oh yeah, nice fish on the top hook. Real nice one. Look at that down there. You see him? See him in there? It's a beauty. Keeper size. King Salmon, let's go! Nice fish. On the emerald, paying the bills, boy. More like it right there. Hatchery fish are big this year. Big ones. Nice size fish. I got to think. Doesn't even fit in the tote. That'll go 13 pounds probably. It's a $100 fish. I'm talking about. So there's a color break here. It's clean water from up in the bay, and then I'm getting ready to go into the dirty water from out in the ocean. Yeah, I need a few of those to make it work financially. But that's the way you want to start. We've only just started. We've only just barely been fishing in here. Nailed one right away. Nice size fish. The fleet has a quota. We're allowed 45,000 for the winter season. It's about 160 boats to fish. Some of them are pretty big. I'm a really small one. There's smaller boats too, though. There's like John boats that do this. It's the second most, I don't know if you call it popular, but the second most number of permits of all the fisheries in Alaska. Long lining has the most permits, and trolling, this is called trolling with hooks, we have the second most permits. That's why when the whale people went to shut us down, there was a pretty big outcry, and it didn't happen. Sell them under the table. No, we don't do that here. There's more than enough. It's the same way I believe about the, you know, if a fish gets killed and someone eats it, that's okay. But like, we don't want to be making a habit of making a business of it to take fish uncounted. You know, that's not going to work out for the fisher or the other fishermen. Tom Garvey, the Kato Cook, thank you so much. Good to see you. Smurfy! Ah! Smurfy is here! Whoa! We got one! Smurfy! The feed's looking a little bit better. Look good to me, Smurfy. Here it is. Starting to load up on the bait fish there. Oh, they're not looking too bad. Gary Hoodman with the super chat. Thank you so much. Come on, keep a size. Let's go. What's his name? Austin said he was going to come back out. Austin said he was going to come out first time trolling by himself. Early Caper Food. Yeah, that's way encouraging compared to last time, right? Man, last time was tough. I like what I'm seeing on the sonar. The hatchery fish running big. The whole fleet trolling? Heck no, the whole fleet's not trolling. 160 boats total sell fish. It's probably about, yeah, I don't know, that's the number I heard, 160 active power trollers, I think. More than it used to be. Any of the trollers that are still alive, they have to troll. We have to fish in the winter or we don't survive, you know. It used to be the money was a lot better in the summer and people were like, heck no, I ain't going out there in the winter. Now you have to fish in the winter if you want to pay your bills. I think that's what's going on. I always fish in the winter. I kind of like fishing. I'm going to go on vacation tomorrow. Guess what I'm doing? We go fishing. Come on, fishy fishy. That was beauty. Up high on the spread on the emerald again. I should put more emeralds up high. I should have some more. I bought a dozen. I don't have a dozen on the wire, I don't think. I don't know where this spears went. got enough. Eugene! Yuki! What's up? EIS, good morning! Stop above 60 knots, yeah. I'm not doing 60 knots. I stop at 25 knots. It's too much. I have a general rule: when the spray starts hitting my windows, I'm out. I don't need all that. Looks pretty lively on the sonar. Good morning! Morning, aficionados! Stacker, what's up? We got a 13-pounder. That's good. Hatchery fish. I'm sick of hearing about how they're going to stop hatching so many fish. They need to hatch more. How do we lobby for more hatchery king salmon? Every time I see a Patagonia shirt, it makes me cringe. Tomorrow I'm going to I have to fly, so it's going to be a long flight. First, we're going to go to Juneau. The plane's going to land. And then we're going to go from Juneau to San Diego, sunny San Diego, where we're going to catch a cab to the tackle shop. I got a massive tackle order and I need more. And then we're going to spend the night at a hotel near the harbor, and the next day we get on board the Shogun for the 7-day fishing extravaganza to Mexico. Alejos the Rocks. Reports are excellent. God willing, there will still be some fish around down there. There's a really good fishing report right now. I don't know. I kind of don't think I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to carry the thing. Oh, we got another good bite on here. That figures. Come in here one day and it's like, this is the worst fishing ever. Come back the next day, you get two right away. Got one on the float there. Looks pretty sizable. It started off like a good fish, now it's not doing much. It's got potential. Yeah, Patagonia's, they want only wild fish so that their, doctors and lawyers that buy all their stuff can continue to fly fish and feel like they're sending out a really good virtue signal. They're virtue signaling big time, Patagonia. What people don't understand is that when they dammed all the rivers, they made a deal. The federal government made a deal. They said, we know this is going to kill all the salmon, that it's really going to be bad for the salmon. So we need the dams for hydroelectric power because we want a civilization that doesn't require fuel to make power. It's brilliant. But we know we're going to kill all the salmon. So they made a deal. They said, we will, what's the right word? Mediate the damages from the dams by hatching salmon. So there's federal money that goes into the hatcheries. We got another bite on the heavy on that side. And they've been funding the hatcheries ever since. It's the deal we made when they dammed up all the rivers. So there's all kinds of communities that depend on salmon and all kinds of industry, like me, that depend on the salmon. I honestly don't give a flying F about some little tiny creek, going up a mountain where nobody's benefiting from it in a meaningful way. It's going to shut down the entire industry and everybody having a fish to go catch. But Patagonia thinks that hatcheries are bad. It's basically what it comes down to. Because they interfere with the native stocks, like the native fish can get confused. They go with the hatchery fish. The hatchery fish get confused and go up the little native creeks. But if you don't have hatcheries, you're not going to have an industry, and you're not going to have there's a lot of problems with stopping it. I make a lot of money on hatchery fish. If I didn't have a hatchery fish, I don't know if I could make a living at this. I'm sure I couldn't, actually. So I take personal offense when Patagonia makes videos that get tens of millions of views talking about how bad the hatcheries are. And then you got all these fishermen walking around with their logo on because they got a good artist for their logos, you know? But they don't have a good doctrine as a company as far as I'm concerned. How many fish we got? Not to be complaining about everything, but I don't like Patagonia. That's all I'm saying. And there's a big, you know, battle going on. It's politics is what it is. It's fish politics. And I'm in the fishing industry, so, and then not the sports fishing industry. Barranica, mucho bueno, señorita. We got 2 bites. We got them hanging on there. They're just kind of hanging out on there. Fishing's pretty good today. I should text Killian. Well, it's, you know, they sell stuff. Patagonia's industry would do better if it was just wild fish, I guess. I don't know. The answer always comes down to money. I don't like it because they're threatening my money supply. Same thing with them. They don't like me because my hatchery fish are threatening their money supply. Because people want to go fish on that little creek I'm talking about, not caring about. Catch wild fish. Yeah, got a couple bites working now. I wish I could say that they all look like keepers, but they don't look like this size fish. Maybe more like, oh, let's see. The only line that hasn't gotten a hit yet is White Gorilla's plug line. Another boat coming out behind me. Need to put some more hooks out. Fish up high. Big cloud of bait showing up on my medium. This medium frequency transducer I got back here doesn't show. This is like water. Yeah, 26 inches. Almost. Almost, but no cigar. I had the most hope for that bite that it was going to be a keeper. The heavy didn't look like that big of a fish. could be though. A lot of times you get the ghost fish on the float, just tap, 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 and then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, it's a big one. It's gonna be the Blue Eagle 2 with Austin. Down the right side. Bit the black flasher with the book tail. If I get another pollock, I can cut some bait strips, but I don't have no pollock right now. So instead of bait, we'll use this. The frog! It's the mini frog! Something's sticking in there. I need like some spray lubricant, spray up in there. Give her a little spraying. Let's go back inside. Yeah. Oh yeah, lots of feed in there down deep. Got the deep feed. Sure, with all that grinding and whining sound. Come on, big boy. Hot dogs, yeah, I can't troll hot dogs here. Too soft. Salmon will bite just about anything and fit in its mouth that's behind one of the flashers. They're pretty voracious eaters. pretty precious. Salmon eggs, I throw them out. I heard that they made some kind of rule, like gangster rule, mobster action, where we're not allowed to do anything with them. Only the cannery can have eggs. I need to start a bait company. Honest to goodness, if I had a bait company, I could probably make more money selling bait down there than selling fish out of here. It wouldn't affect my business with the salmon. They don't like it when you sell salmon to somebody else because you're stealing their fish. But they're not buying the eggs in the first place, so I get away with a lot of food processing stuff because it's not for food. So, you know, too soft, the hot dog, yeah, it'll fall off the hook from trolling. Bag home to eat. Yeah, you can keep these fish to eat as long as they're over the size to keep. If you want to have a $100 dinner, you can take your $100 fish home and eat it. They count it. You count it personally. Is what that's called. If I want salmon to eat, I'm allowed to come out on my own time and make a special trip and just keep salmon. I can keep any salmon. There's no limit, there's no size limit, nothing. But if I'm commercial fishing, I can't keep them unless they're big enough to keep. That's the rules. The roe, I'm not sure about it, but I think there's rules against, there's like state food processing, handling rules, and if you want to sell eggs for food, it's like a major permitting process. It ain't happening on a little boat. I think they did that to us on purpose. The processors lobbied the government to make it so we can't do that. That's what I've been told. I never looked at the laws firsthand myself on that one. That's my impression. Educated guess. No, you can keep them for yourself, but they have to be legal size to keep. So I would be consuming $9 a pound food, which is about what it is anyway in Yakutat. But we can go out on a separate excursion and catch all the fish we want for food. It's called subsistence fishing. But they don't mix subsistence and commercial together. Because like somebody said a minute ago, just sell them on the black market. Well, yeah, if you had the commercial boat fishing with undersized fish, they're going to start getting sold illegally. But if you go out and it's all subsistence, you have to like cut them a certain way, cut the fins off of them. Then they're recognizable and you're keeping a record of it, and that's just how they do it. They don't send you to jail if you have a fish to eat. They give you a ticket if they catch you. It's a misdemeanor. Misdemeanoring! I'm guilty of misdemeanoring in the past. Not like shooting the sea otters. That's probably a felony. Just like, you don't shoot the sea otter ever. EIS, what's up? Yeah, with the eggs. How does this work? It's childproof. Oh, it's got a button. You gotta push the button. Nope. I have the intelligence of a 10-year-old. Yeah, you can get the permit easy. Just walk over to Fish and Game. You just have to be a rural resident of the area where you want to fish. It means you have to live there for more than a year continuously. You have to make it through the winter or you can't do it. If you spend the winter in Alaska, 12 months, after 12 months you can go subsistence, hunting and fishing. You also get a check from the government for being so tough. To apologize for all the high milk prices. I'm sorely tempted to turn right back around and go back through there, but the drag goes further. I'm gonna go further up. See if there's any more big fish holding up in here before I go back through that drag on 25 inches. Yeah, I have a subsistence permit. I killed my moose with a subsistence permit this year. The moose, moosey, moosey, moosey. Looks like I'm getting a little bite on my starboard float, but that thing's oftentimes that's two of every permit. Milk is $16 a gallon. I'm not making that up. They sell it by the half gallon for $8. A half gallon. Alright, yeah, I definitely got a hit on my right float. Did something extraordinarily bouncy here. But I get a $1,000 dividend check this year, so I probably didn't spend $1,000 on milk, so the oil revenue took care of my milk expense. I didn't take care of my fuel expense, though. That's right, Zyro. It's everyday life here, John. We just do it. The moose is a lot of effort up front, and then you got meat in the freezer. Fishing's just like, I go subsistence fishing, it's just like trolling. It is trolling. You get subsistence fish with a net, too. We're the only place in Alaska that lets people troll with our power trolling gear. There's no subsistence trolling anywhere else. But you can go sports fishing other places, you know, and just keep them for food. The thing about the subsistence, I can use the same gear. I'm only allowed 2 wires, but I can use the same gear. Let's see what's on this float. Might be nothing. My float's out of alignment or something. It wobbles. It makes it look like something. I really need to move that thing. I took my wrench off the boat. I got another one. Fighting pretty good there. It's kind of unusual, this stuff. It's like from the rocks on the bottom. I don't know what's going to float around and get more. grab my gloves and come back here and clean this fish. It's time for the cleaning of the fishing machine. I look for a wrench too. I'm looking for a wrench so I can quit pushing my arm on that line. Got a snag in the line, tried to suck me in twice already, trying to get me. Break my hand. Everywhere. Real dirty recently out here. Oh, it's grass. Yeah, grass. Fish. Got something in his gut. Looks like, man. Looks like it ate something big. See that big old skeleton? Like a big tomcod or something. You know, it's funny, they come in here with all this herring around. They got an empty stomach. I think they come in out of the deep or off the ocean. And they're like thinking about it. They know they're gonna eat, but they haven't eaten it yet. They got to get in there around all that herring, but they're not really feeding it. And then they see your gear, and that's the first thing they bite before they have a chance to eat any feed. When a lot of times when they got the feed in them, when they're packed with the herring, that's when the bite's on fire. Really nailing them in. Days with empty bellies, not so many fish caught. Don't get so many when they're not full of food. Get a better hose on this boat. Where's my hose at? Gotta get all that blood off of there. Stronger hose would help me out a lot. The quality of my fish directly affects the price I get paid, because I am like one of the main producers here, and you know, if I got a good quality product, it goes to the buyer and they're satisfied, they'll make us a better deal. I mean, it's just the things people do with their fish blows me away. They complain there's no price, they don't take care of them, and they wonder why the price stays low. Yakut's kind of infamous for poor quality fish. Control, please. Not so much during my time in the business, but before I came, it was worse. Gotta start somewhere. Alright. Thanks 50 people for signing on. Smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Memberships and super chats available for support. Thank you all my members. You guys are awesome. Good to see you, chat. Woo-wee. As soon as I take my jacket off and get comfortable, I get a bite. That's the idea. Yeah. Don't seem to be getting much up this way. Let's turn it around and go back the other way. Yeah, I had some king salmon the other night. It was exceptional. It looked fatty. It was like had a lot of white in the meat. It was a red king, but it had a lot of white. Man, it was good. Had it for leftovers last night, actually. Still really good. Moose and king salmon, that's what we had for dinner. Hopefully guys don't cut out on turning here. Sometimes the Starlink can't handle the turn. Holly's leaving a day ahead of me. She's going down to Juneau to get her name changed at Social Security office so she can change her name on the IDs and stuff. Mrs. Fernandez. What's up? It's a cool little emoji you got there. I like your logo. Yeah, it sounds delicious with lobster and filet mignon's my preferred serve of turf. Filet mignon. Juneau, Jill? Holly will be in there. I'm not going through there. I'm just gonna. Holly's renting a car. Oh, there's a bite. Come on. Don't be messing around like that. Hit that thing. What's going on around here? I hit the kelp. Something funny's going on out there. I might have hooked the kelp or have a dang halibut or something here. Yeah, yellowfin. And then I heard there was a big body of big bluefin down there. One boat ran into these big bluefin, but they wouldn't bite. But they're down there in the same area. I got something funny going on with my line. I need to go out here. Check it. Hopefully it's a keeper. But I think it's probably some kelp. That's what I'm going with. Kelp, more than likely. Kelp problem here. Let's see what we got. Let's see here. Worst case scenario, I tangled the flasher with the spoon. No fish. Must be 3,000 marks. That'll help keep it from getting tangled. Getting good action though. A lot of action today. Lively out here. Seems like that other boat's coming my way. It's got to be either Killian or Austin. Austin is a new fisherman here. We'll see what he does. Comes around. Bob is 25 today, everybody. If you go to his channel, he's going to have a special exhibition where he sucks a rubber worm through his nose and then spits it back out of his mouth. Both nostrils at the same time, like this. He's going to put the rubber worm in like this. Then he's going to spit it back out of his mouth. I've seen him do it before. Every day he's live, he does that. You gotta subscribe though or you won't see it. I'm gonna keep my jacket on. I can't get any rest to drink coffee because the fish keep biting on there. All these aluminum anodes and copper and aluminum plates out of my boat's driving the fish crazy. When I hook them, they're all like, ah, tangling up in my line. Normally they don't tangle up that bad. They're having a hard time down there with all the electrical isotopes flying around. It makes them go crazy. I actually think that's what's going on. I don't know if it's making me catch more fish or less fish, but it's definitely making them tangle up. Actually, that big one I just put in the box, it was real tame underneath the boat. It was like, it was just going, swimming. I was able to kind of calmly pull it in and miss it once. I pulled it right in when I pulled its head up right to the boat. It freaked out, but it went back to swimming. That's what you want to see. It means they like the flavor of your boat. It was lightly hooked too. If you got them hooked with the hook going through the part of their brain, you can expect them to go crazy, but got them hooked right in the edge of the lip like that. Nice to see them come in without freaking out too much. I am ready for another bite. Let's see if we can tell who that is on the other boat. Oh yeah, it's the Blue Eagle too. Here it comes. Turn my radio on in case he wants to call me. His boat's not set up like mine. He's got his girdies are hard mounted to the deck, which is a no-no, a major no-no. And then he's got his cannonballs hardwired to the trolling wire, which is another major no-no, very bad. Sometimes you catch fish like that anyway. We'll see how he does. But he's got those two things working against him. Hopefully he put some straps on his cannonballs, but I don't think he did. People don't believe it. They his dad probably told him not to worry about it, so he'll listen to his dad. He might get some fish. In the long run, if he keeps doing it, he'll figure it out eventually. I got one quite a bit bigger than the one I got the other day. So even if that's all I catch, I'm still ahead from the last trip. And I think we caught about 3 that were in the ballpark of the right size, but not big enough. I got one little tiny one, like a sardine sized one. Getting ready for the trip. I think this will be our last day trolling because I got a lot of stuff to pack. I got to pack my stuff, and I leave tomorrow night, 4 o'clock. If I had everything packed, I could come out for a short trip. But we're just gonna, we'll fish all day today, and then we'll sell tomorrow. Pack our bags and stuff tonight, tomorrow morning. No fishing tomorrow. I can't do it. I got chores to do. I gotta close the packing gland on my shaft on the boat so it doesn't sink while I'm gone too. Kind of leaky right now. There's some guys who pump my boat out for me, but I'd rather just go ahead and close it. I'm gonna be gone for 2 weeks. It'll just take 10 minutes or whatever. Get my knees wet down there in the fish hole. That's why I don't do it normally. Speaking of which, I pump my boat still. I don't use an automatic pump. They fail all the time. If you depend on them, then your boat ends up sinking. We had the daggone fish wound us up, got us tangled down there. We'll never know what it was. I got a couple new pumps. I had, what would you call it, a mechanical failure on my boat where a wire got wrapped up my daggone. Wrapped my bilge pump wire up, killed one of my bilge pumps. So I only have one bilge pump in my engine room right now. And I got one in the stern. And I got one like for my fish holes. It's big though. So you know I got 3 pumps on the boat right now. And I normally have 4. So I need to fix that 4th one when I get back. Fair amount of water in my bilge, it's still pumping. Sunset was good, yeah. It's usually not clear. When it's clear here, we get the sunset, we get northern lights, all kinds of good stuff. Alright, finally finished pumping there. There's a lot of water. Alright, 20 gallons. 10, 15 gallons. Pump's not working that great. Captain Farrell, what's up? We're working with one fish again here. Are you fishing, Captain Farrell? Is it shrimp season? I don't know. Are you catching the shrimp? Hey, one of my buddies moved down there to Powell Point. He's at Powell Point. Apparently that's like right where what highway is that? Highway 13 maybe? I don't know. The one that comes onto the Outer Banks from the northern side. Powell Point. They said it was close to the bridge. I haven't been there. Highway 12. I was close. Yeah, his name's Tony. I don't know him that well. He's not my best friend. I think he's like best friends with my best friend, but I can't remember his name. Tony, some kind of Polish name. Works in construction. One of those Alski names. I think he got out. He was living in D.C., working full-time construction project manager or whatever in D.C., and then he couldn't take it anymore with all the traffic and everything. He got married, had a kid, and moved to North Carolina. Hello, Jerry Walls. That's the guy, him and my buddy from Virginia, Kyle. Tony and Kyle, they came and built my cabin like 10, 12 years ago. I don't keep track of time very well. What do you do when you're not shrimping? You gonna go scalloping? They scallop in the wintertime? I don't know that either. Take this winter off. Aha, now you're talking. You got one of those ladder stands where it's like you just put it up in those palmetto bushes and climb into the swamp? I don't know. It's pretty swampy down there, isn't it? I'm ready to go hunting too, but first I gotta do my I'll go on vacation, going tuna fishing for vacation. Tuna and wahoo are biting, and yellowtail out of California. Going 7 days. I'll be gone for almost 2 weeks for that to happen, because it takes 2 days for me to get down there, and we're staying in a hotel 1 day before the trip and 2 days after the trip, I think. Something like that. Adds up to almost 14 days out of town. I've hunted in the pine trees a lot. On my family farm in Central Virginia, it's near Charlottesville. That's what it is, a tree farm, planted pines. But it's way thicker down there in Carolina. Central Virginia is rolling Piedmont, and they got mixed hardwoods and pines, but some planted pines too. The deer love it, but there's not that much for them to eat in there. You know what? There's a lot of ducks in town right now. Duck season's open. The mallards are here. There's like tons of them. I was looking at them driving into work this morning. There's a lagoon we drive over, a little tiny bridge in a lagoon. There was like 2 dozen like huge fat mallards in the lagoon. Why don't you shoot the deer? Quit messing around, Lee. I want you to take some video too. Just turn your cell phone on like I did with my moose. Turn the cell phone and you know that smoke out there? That's interesting. Probably because groceries are so much money. Daggone groceries. Ground beef's $10 a pound here right now. Looks to me like there's enough wild pigs down the Southland in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Texas, Louisiana. It's just overridden with wild pigs. I think you could live off of those. When you hunt in that spot, isn't there like an alligator river wildlife refuge? Is that what it's called? Alligator or something or other? I've been around there a little bit. I'd really like to get a place down there near the border. Southern Virginia is cheap. I guess northern North Carolina is cheap too. No, pig salmon's good. Go buy some in a can. Go to the store, get a can of it, and then you drain the water out, dump it into a bowl and mix it with a relish, sweet relish, and chopped onions. Maybe I'm making that sweet relish part up. Chopped onions, breadcrumbs, garlic. Put an egg in there and beat it up with the egg, and then you make patties out of it like a hamburger and fry it. Cook it long enough to get the egg cooked through, and then it's delicious. Oh, a little mayonnaise in there. I don't eat mayonnaise on anything else, but when I make crab cakes and fish cakes, I put a little mayonnaise in. I think it's okay cooked. Ah, yes. I grew up eating pig salmon like that. Good stuff. I highly recommend it. Oh, there's a bite. Nice bite. Here he is. Let's go. Let's go. Boom! On the favorite one with the brass bell. That's our money line right there. Had a good hit. He's still on there. It's shaking a little bit. It's acting like a keeper when it hit it, and then it slowed down. Makes me wonder if it's big enough. There's probably a school of them in here. Cruising for a minute, watch my springs, and see if we get something else on. So maybe that one will attract another one. I spread everything out 3 fathoms apart so they shouldn't tangle up as bad. I'm so sick of getting my gear tangled here. The blue eagle is coming. There he is. You almost wonder if he hit it, and then what's going on down there? That's what I'm wondering. Let's go reel him in before the blue eagle becomes a close proximity. Not sure what he's going to do when I get near him. It's a real narrow spot in the channel right here. Might come over just to mess with me. Let's see what we got. Another one of those 25 inches. Solid fish, but not big enough to keep. Got him on the white gorilla flasher. And the blue, the white gorilla special. And the blue and white flasher. Beautiful weather. Say no 20 knot wind, that's for sure. I'm taking. I wonder what that old timer, Ferron, I bet he's old. He's got a shrimp boat. Probably not too many youngins on a shrimp boat holding it. I wonder what he hunts with. I bet Ferron hunts with a 30-06, that's my guess. Oh my goodness, we're like the same age. That makes me old too, I guess. We're both old! Oh my goodness! The daggone whippersnapper kids at church started calling me grandpa the other day. I'm like, hey, not that old, my goodness. Maybe because I got white paint in my hair or something, I don't know. Comes the old Blue Eagle 2, here it comes. I really need to turn my boat around, but I'm not going to cut them off. I'll wait till I get by them. 300 wind bag, that's what I use for moose. I'm going to take my 6.5 Creedmoor out for deer. I got a hand load that I really like. It's the most accurate gun I've ever shot. Hand loaded 125 grain, what is it? Hunter hammer tipped copper bullet. They're all the rage. Everybody's talking about it. It's the most newest, greatest thing. Is this Hunter hammer bullet. It's got the bullet is shaped like it's got these little, it's like an hourglass, like over and over again, so that only a few places touch the riflings. And it makes it go faster, and for whatever reason, it's like super accurate. I got groups out of that Hunter hammer 125 with my 6.5 Creedmoor and hand load, and we're like less than a quarter inch. I've never seen anything like that. And just in general, it just flings them a half inch every time, easy. So I figure I could shoot the deer right in the heart with a copper bullet. Don't get any lead in it. Like I shot my moose with a lead ballistic tip, 168 grain ballistic tip. That bullet just absolutely exploded in there. I didn't find any of the bullet I found where there was a little hole like this big in the hide on the back side of on the lungs up high, with a little bit of green plastic for the tip. The whole rest of the bullet just vanished into the moose. Yeah, I always used to, my first few deer I shot with a 12 gauge and buckshot on the farm in Virginia. My grandfather didn't want us to have high powered rifles as kids, but he let us use the shotgun with buckshot. Killed my first deer with one buck, 12 gauge with 2 3/4 inch, 1 buck I think. It might have been a 3-inch shell. I used to have a Weatherby 80, was it Weatherby 84, I think, or 82, I don't know. My dad got it for me. I should never have sold that shotgun. It was an auto loader, Weatherby shotgun. I should buy another one now that I'm all grown up. Yeah, most of the deer, I shot a deer with my rifle here in Yakutat. I called it in, and I shot it like 25 yards with my 22-250 years ago. That's the last time I got a deer in Yakutat. I could have shot it with buckshot. You probably used the slug though. I don't know. Most of the shooting around here would be like 50 yards or less, but there is a chance to get like a 300 or 400 yard shot out on the beach. Not that I'd take a 400 yard shot, but I don't really want to shoot past 300 to tell you the truth. I haven't done much long range shooting with my guns. Kind of need a range finder. I don't have one. Just happy to wait till it's in range. I got a deer call. Go out during the rut here and you blow this little wood call. It's like wait for the deer to come in close, then blast it. That's the idea anyway. Let's get past this Blue Eagle boat. Maybe I'll turn around soon. I got a couple 12 gauge shotguns. I have a 20 gauge shotgun back home in Virginia, and it's got a slug barrel, fully rifled slug barrel. That thing's good for close range. And you can still shoot out to like 150 yards with it. Let's get behind Austin so we can see how many fish he catches with the binoculars. Well, one thing about the moose here is the dang moose is so big, it's like shooting at a trash can lid. So if you got enough gun, you can shoot pretty far at a moose. I've always shot them close up. I've never shot one that was any further than 150 yards. They come into the call real well. It's easier to call a moose than it is to call a turkey by far. But they act the same way. Every time you call, they grunt. Like, you know, you call it a tom turkey and it gobbles. The moose is the same way, except it makes this big grunting sound. And then instead of strutting around, it rakes the bushes with its big antlers, you know. They're awesome. I love it. The moose, so I got the story about the big moose the kids shot. It was Royal and Cade. They were hunting together in this popular spot where the town hunts. Very close to town, and they were both looking either direction. The one looking this way, the other one looking this way, and a big moose just walked right across the highway, and Royal's like, "Cade, the moose, the moose!" So I guess Cade got the first shot at it, and then they took turns blasting it. They got it. It's a huge moose. I'll have to get a picture of it and post it up. He boiled the skull. He had it in they were a big fire in a 55-gallon drum, and he had it in a I don't know. He's boiling it in a some kind of a cauldron. The head. Let's see if he's getting them blue eagles up here. The blue eagle too. He's not outside, so he's not getting them yet. Let's see. I'll zoom in so you can see. There it is. The blue eagle too flies again. 36-foot long liner troller. Old school pump shotgun. Man, that must be old. Shoot a smoothbore with the old rifled slugs. That'll do a number on a deer. You guys ever watch that guy on YouTube, Ron Spomer? Ron Spomer was on YouTube the other day pontificating on how a lead slug would just flatten out on a bear and it wouldn't kill it. That's what everybody uses, a plain lead slug. It kills a brown bear like flipping off a light switch. They just die over. You don't need anything other than that. Double lot buck. Don't perforate that backstrap, Farrell. Get the back strap and the neck and the shoulder and all of it, guts and everything, one blast. Watch it, let's see if he comes out. He's on the hot spot right now. He should be getting a bite. No, still not out yet. Hey, at least he's in the right spot. That's a good sign. .30-06. I was thinking about buying a 30-06. Yeah, I see him. He's around. He's taking it easy, I guess. I don't know. You know what? The cartridge I've been looking at the most recently is 6.5 by 300. It's the fastest cartridge commercially available, I think. Definitely at a 6.5. I think I need one of those. I don't need it. I want it. I should correct myself. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4 deer rifles right now. I think the kid's trolling too slow. I don't know where he is. Maybe he's moose hunting. I know he didn't get his moose. He commented on one of my posts the other day. I put a post up. I don't remember which one. One of my posts he's commented on recently. Before that, he came into live and said a few things and then took off. I bought an AR-10 this year because I figured I better get one while I still could. And it shoots super accurate. It's like it'll shoot a half-inch group at 100 and it stays inside of an inch with factory ammo. Actually, the factory ammo is the best I got out of it. I didn't work with the load very much, but it shoots great. The problem with it is that it weighs a daggone ton, and it was expensive. And it's got that, you know, the grip on those things, and it's got all the little holes in it. I just look at that thing and I just imagine all the dirt and mud's gonna get in it. I really don't want to take it apart and clean it, so I just don't even take it out. It's at my house. That's it. Yeah, I was surprised how well it shot. I think I saw that in the reviews. It's a PSA Saber 308 with an 18-inch barrel. I think it's got an 18-inch barrel. It shoots great. It's a stainless barrel too. I think it's Cerakoted, but I think underneath it's stainless. It's kind of a cool gun. It's like green and gold almost. It's like Mr. T gold. It's pretty. It's a nice rifle. It would probably be good for the boat. We're not allowed to shoot deer off the boat or anything off the boat here, but if you were going to shoot something off the boat, you'd probably want some follow-up shots because it's hard to hit stuff when the boat's moving around. What's that? ER80 automatic tactical shotgun. Oh, okay. My brother came up here recently. He brought a fancy shotgun with him. We went up to the lake and shot some icebergs with it. That was satisfying. There's the autoloader. Oil on the thing. You know what? I just got my oil out of... I haven't been able to find my oil at my house. And when I was looking for my reloading stuff, I found my REM oil. Glad I didn't buy it. Buy more. Yeah, I'm terrible about that. All my guns are a little rusty. I need to go through and oil everything. I just found the oil like 2 days ago. Kid's going so slow, we're not getting any bites. I'm gonna speed up. Go to the other side of the channel on him or something. Gotta go faster than teeth and knots. Yeah, that chrome stuff, it seems to be really nice until it does rust, and then it has a blemish on it. Stainless, you can just buff it out. There we go. Here's where we caught the other one. Let's see if we can get another one. Check and see if the kid's out on his deck yet. Come on, Austin, get him. Nope, not yet. Man, my Steiner binoculars, the rubber is just falling apart. What the heck? Must be a lot of current coming in here. I'm kind of gunning it. I'm not really looking for anything. Yeah, I wish I could get a lightweight forend for that rifle. I don't see any reason why it should have that much weight in the front. I think it's just so heavy. I guess it makes it easier to shoot since it's a 308 and all. Maybe the weight is good for the accuracy. I don't know. I still that stupid thing is heavy as all get out. It might weigh 10 pounds or more. I don't know. With a 10 round mag. Put a 20 round mag on it, it weighs a ton. Oh, get in the stand and get him! Let us know if you shoot one. Don't let the air out all those truck tires. That'll teach them. I lost my Allen key that adjusts the gas block on that thing, and I tried to find a replacement on eBay. I couldn't find a straight key. I looked up the specs on it. It was like something ridiculous, like 16 inches long or something. But I did find an Allen key that was almost long enough, and it had like a T handle on it, and I figured I could bend it out and make it work for the gas block. I didn't even look at it. You might even be able to reach in there with a regular one and get it, but like reach through the little holes, because you can see when you spin it down in there, you can see it when it goes into the slot or whatever, into the fitting. But I haven't even shot it because I don't want to shoot it without the suppressor. It's so daggone loud, and it's adjusted for no suppression right now, and I think I could damage it if I put the suppressor on without changing the gas block. Yeah, I think it is. There's a bite, finally. Little puller. Got a little tug on there. Nothing major, something else. Still don't see Austin out on the deck. Anyway, I ordered the part. Yeah, I didn't fool around with it too much. I didn't even shoot the thing that much. I probably shot it like, man, I don't know. I might have 150 or 200 rounds through it. I say that's not much, but some people might think that's a lot. I don't know. I don't want to shoot the barrel out on it now. I think it shoots great. It's almost impossible to resist shooting it a few times in a row and getting the barrel hot. Bang, 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 bang. There goes 40 bucks. $45 a box of ammo for that thing here. Really. I've never even taken mine apart. I took it over to my buddy's house who's got an AR, and he showed me how to take it apart. I forgot everything he showed me. I haven't messed with it since. Maybe he just showed me how to take his apart. I'm not sure if we took mine apart. We probably did. I'm not certified AR disassembly yet. I really thought I was going to want to deer hunt with it, but then the more I lugged the thing around in the range, I think I took it in the field one day for some reason. I did. I took it to go check the traps. I had it with me and carried it like a half mile back in the woods. I'm like, it's too heavy. I'm not going hunt with this. I think it's so heavy. Oh my goodness! And there's no good reason to carry around an AR 15 here. Everything's so big. You don't want to be going around the woods with a 223 or anything like it around here. I might have to carry my 10 millimeter with me when I go deer hunt with my 6.5 just in case I get attacked. You'd think a high-powered rifle would be enough, but you come up here and you get a good look at some of these big bears from close up, and you realize you want a little bit more gun. Come on, fish! It's just like the last time we fished here. We caught one, and then nothing. We're having better luck out in the middle of the channel. I'm not leaving this time. Staying right here in the notch. Yeah, the current is just ripping. 44 mag. I used to have a 454 Casul. I think I could get another one of those. Shot a moose with it once. Killed it. Killed it real good. Yeah, I hiked way back around on this lake and I had my rifle and the moose came in, but I was like, oh, it's going to be so hard to get it out. I'm not going to shoot it unless it comes into pistol range. It did. I shot it. Shot it 3 times. Went about 20 yards, fell over. And yeah, that gun, I bought it like 12, more than that, 15 years ago. I bought it used for $600. And then I had an old truck with holes in the floorboard. It fell out of the hole in the floorboard, I think. Got lost is what it did. And now to replace it's like $1,600. Super black, super Red Hawk Ruger, 454 Casul. I'd like to have another one, but I don't know if I'd like to, $1,600 like to have another one. It's too much. I like my 10 millimeter. It's been really reliable. It's jammed twice the whole time I've had it. I haven't really kept it oiled or anything. Yeah, it takes more than 2 days. You can gut them and quarter them in a few hours. You know, maybe an hour to gut it or less. But yeah, to put it in the freezer takes a few days. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know why the revolver's got to be $1,600. I got my 10 millimeter Springfield Army for $800. I think it might have been $880. I don't know. Around $800 in the last one. Harry the Howler. Oh, I see you, Harry. Oh, watch out. Your favorite fish streamer. You have to be fish streaming because there's no fish biting. And I got to get close because it's so loud on my boat. Come on, fish! Oh, we had a really good go in our first run through here. Now nothing. I think that boat that's all rigged wrong is scaring them all away. They're all fleeing in terror from this poorly rigged boat. Hatchery XP or something like that, X something. It's nice. I gotta oil it up. It jammed on me recently. Last time I went to the range, I think. Doesn't have any oil on it. I haven't oiled it a year or whatever. I need to run some more ammo through it. I was shooting some regular old cheapo MagTech ammo. I say it's cheapo, but that's what I killed the moose with. MagTech full metal jacket. Yeah, I don't know. See a couple birds. The XD, I guess it is. It's a pretty straightforward pistol. The only thing I don't like about it is the firing pins visible on the back of it. But my holster has a strap and it covers that spot. You know, the thing I think about is like all the mud, and if you got knocked over by a bear and it pushed you into the mud, which would be likely, then your pistol gets full of mud on the firing pin. It's not a good design, that part. I'm not impressed with that. But what I do like about it is it has two safety measures. There's that thing on the back of the grip. You got to depress that thing, and it's got the little flipper on the trigger. It's no surprise to me that people are accidentally shooting. Yeah, I go to 14.
Make it?
Yeah, I got you. Go ahead.
We're on the zone, but we got one little one.
Yeah, I got one keeper on my first pass through here. This is my second pass. I haven't got anything coming up behind me here. I got one keeper and maybe 20-something inches. And one bite a mile away. So far.
Yeah. Well, it's been a long time since I've done this. Now it's all coming back to me why I don't do it.
Yeah, it's off to a slow start. I thought on my first pass, oh man, we got 13-pounder just coming right through here, and then nothing.
Yeah, it's pretty deserted out here. But they'll probably need something changes. He said. But when do you leave? You leave tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm out of here tomorrow, and I'll be back in about 2 weeks.
Okay, cool. Alright, yeah, we're the permit holder stuff is going to be hitting it, I guess. But maybe there'll be something. So, but yeah, okay, cool. I'll stay out of your way.
You're fine. I got my sounder shows there's lots of feed. The feed's in here. It's just not very many things around yet. We're not biting. Parents running really hard right now. I got some off the front of Night Island the other day, back at 16. And then when I went back there, I didn't do much at all. I got some at Honky Creek too, back at 16, 20. So, I don't know. I'm gonna work this spot so I get 3 out of it every day of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I don't know. We'll probably drag around, see how the boys feel, but we'll maybe make our turn that way for the final drag home. But they're gonna patch. Okay, cool. I just have to talk to you.
Yeah, I'm out here. I'll be back on 16 if you do anything.
Cool, thank you.
W-Eagle! Get your deer gun out, shoot him. Austin's not fishing by himself yet. That's his dad on the radio. That's Kurt. They're not getting nothing. yard would not be a safe place for a deer. I guess I let them go before. Then they started eating my strawberries. They started eating my strawberry plants. They stopped coming around when I could see them. They'd only eat them when I wasn't around. Kind of a cool looking loon out here. Big old loon. Yeah. That bird's got ultra cool feathers, but you can't see it in that kind of a picture. Mag Tech? Oh yeah, no. Well, the moose was like 10 yards away. 454, not 10 millimeter. I got it with the 454 revolver. It definitely had enough power. The first shot I had a rest, and I got it like right in the groove behind the shoulder, broadside. Then it spun around, started going away, and I shot again while it was running away. And I guess I missed the second shot. The third shot, I whopped it. You could hear it whack, and then its legs started going like this from up high. I broke its shoulder, and then I was starting to squeeze the trigger again, and I saw it wasn't real steady on its feet, so I figured I best not put too many holes in it since I was gonna eat it and all. That was a mistake because it did like this stutter step thing, and then it fell into the dang lake. There was a lake there. It fell in the lake. It didn't go very far into it, but it would have been a lot better if it was not in the lake at all. Could have just kept shooting it, you know. I had 3 more shots. Yeah, it wasn't on its feet for more than like, I don't think it was up for more than 30 seconds. Somehow I got in the shallows a little bit here. Oh, my autopilot got turned off somehow. There we go. We'll be okay. It's not that shallow. Maybe we'll get a fish off of it. Skimming it right over the bottom. Really should be tapping the bottom a little bit. Yeah, I'm not leaving this time. Last time we came through here, we caught 1 fish and we went somewhere else. There's lots of bait fish in here. I'm going to keep working it and see if we can get more.